Ken Smyers with Control Trends. I'm here at Realcomm 2016. I'm with Todd Rodemaker.
Whoa!
Visual backnet. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Work tech, work. All right, Kenny, I don't know about you, I'm feeling more intelligent. Just standing right here with this gentleman is Eric Stromquist and Ken Smyers from the Realcomm IBcon Product Showcase. We're here with Tom Shurtleff from Intelligent Buildings. Tom, man, thanks for taking a few minutes to talk with us.
I appreciate it. It's been a great show this year. I think they're up in attendance and there's just a lot of activity.
Well, there really is, and man, you guys are sort of right at the hub of smart buildings, intelligent buildings, IoT, and everything. For our viewers out there who might not know, tell me a little about what your company does.
Well, think of us as a management consulting company for smart buildings. So we don't sell any hardware or software. We help building owners come up with a strategy and a plan and an architecture and a roadmap, really how to do intelligent buildings.
Well, I think so, and the first time I heard you guys speak, and I think this was so profound, and I hate to burst everybody's bubble out there, but Hillary Clinton did not come up with "it takes a village." It was Tom and his team, because what you guys introduced us, which I think is so valid, is there are multiple stakeholders in integrating a building, and if you're not getting all those people to communicate, it's just not going to happen.
Well, you know, analytics is a hot topic, for example, on that, and we've heard over and over again at the conference that analytics are not a thing. They're a way of doing business. So if you don't have workflow and accountability and a management process, then nothing really happened. It's really a new way of doing business, of building buildings and managing buildings.
No, completely agreed. And I tell you what, you can have the best technology in the world, but if you don't get the people communicating and working in concert with that, it just doesn't work. And you guys are specialists at that. So.
Well, Tom, what I'm really impressed is that y'all have a fabulous portfolio. I've been on your website many times, and you give a lot of information out. You have a lot of great marketing collateral, but you also do things on a very modular level, and you have these great tools. For instance, I remember last show you had to, for some of these people, it's very difficult to get started. It's very difficult to take that first step. So tell us about how you've come up with the tools and allow these people to do that.
Yeah, it's really true. I mean, as a consultant, we realized that you couldn't just educate and hope that things would go a certain way. We really had to come up with methodology. I mean, how do you start from scratch? How do you get organized internally? How do you decide what your priorities are? And so, the methods of doing that have proved very valuable for us.
And of course, the cybersecurity. Like, here's another, just this awesome little cybersecurity scorecard. Tell us about how you can apply that methodology, and you can do the bigger, and the gigantic portfolios.
Yeah, and that's a method that also ties to what we were just talking about with the people side of it. So you could have a Fort Knox cybersecurity on your building control systems, but if the people side isn't right, you don't have password custody, you don't have a process for when somebody gets fired or replaced as a contractor, right, then you have a big open hole. So that scores all the important elements: hardware, software, your networking, and your internal policies, and your vendor policies. So you've got to have all of it to be effective.
Very, very impressive.
Well, I think along those lines, our Control Trends community will recognize the name Fred Gordy. We call him our cyber RoboCop. Fred's been very generous in sort of educating our community on cybersecurity. And I tell you what, one of the things I love about you guys is, if you're going to put together a team, go out and sign LeBron James, right?
Well, that's right. We've been talking about cyber and doing cyber work for a number of years now, but bringing Fred was a great addition. He's our director of cybersecurity, and he's kind of a brand of his own in the industry. So he really raised the bar for us.
He really did. So describe your ideal customer.
Well, it's really either a large new development or a large existing portfolio that understands intuitively that technology and organizational change can help, but they're not quite sure how to do that. And even if they are sure, sometimes they realize that we can get them there faster with fewer risks.
Sure do, but Tom, one thing I wanted to ask you, because I know how prolific your experience is, and is there anything in this show this year that really stuck out and caught your attention that you thought everybody should know a little bit more about?
Yeah, it's interesting. We like to keep looking to the next thing, or the thing that we think is missing in the industry, and one place we've seen that has a gap is in water analytics.
Oh, cool.
And I don't mean like water treatment plants and that kind of thing. I mean like what our community deals with chillers and cooling towers and that kind of thing. And what we've learned and found some really good solutions around is that not only the water costs money, and there's a sustainability element there, but you can have 1% to 3% of your entire building's energy use wasted through inefficient pipes for your chillers and that infrastructure. And not only that, it deals with asset preservation, and even greater than that, in New York City now they are dealing with Legionella from cooling towers, and so it's really become a life safety, a water, sustainability, and energy issue all. And there are ways to deal with that with technology and analytics, and that's an exciting new area for us.
Great observation.
No, I think it's a great observation. I think, again, I mean, you even talk about that, and just intuitively I can see what a problem it is. But again, I think it gets back to you better have guys like you on your team sort of sorting through all the solutions that are available and make sure the stakeholders understand.
Well, that's right. You got to find the right solution, but as you said earlier, this is also a people problem, because the way that the water treatment contractors and the building automation contractors and the property managers work together is fairly inefficient and a little bit out of date in that how all the people side works, and we think that some technology and some organizational tweaking can make that more efficient.
There you go. Tom Shercliffe from intelligentbuildings.com. Check them out.